My country people, wahala don full ground oh, the tea don sarapu for ground oh. Hey, in fact, I don't know what I want to talk for this video, but nevertheless, sha, abeg make una watch am from the beginning to the end. In fact, this video is well packaged. Any news wey you know say you miss, na inside this video na e dey. First of all, na Kwankwaso, Obi, and Atiku. You know, these three people, we not expect say they go come together, one come form alliance. But for the meantime, it's just a gist or it's just a rumor because Obi never talk, Kwankwaso never talk, Atiku never talk. We just see them together. Not forgetting say this and judiciary of a thing, it need force. It need force. So since this thing don't dey court, it concern these people one way or the other. So whether they say they want mesh together or not, this video now people just begin to carry rumor, they go say they want mesh based on say they sit down together. My brother and my sister. So with their politics, don't mean say we go be enemy. It's not possible. Even the marriage where they say Peter Obi go, Babio dey there and some other Senate people still dey there, you know, from the opposition party. They come they think and say Peter Obi don't go join these people. My brother and my sister, no, not forget say Peter Obi is fighting as a president, so he's going to oversee all these people all together. They're not being enemy. So let's get this thing very, very clear. But for that matter of say they want mesh together, that one is not yet finalized because we got to know about the gist from this day newspaper. But how true it is, we don't know if it be true or because not say newspaper, some of them they carry true, some of them they carry lie. But nevertheless, even if it be like that, the fact that we say among these three people or the four people we be say they contest for this election, you and me know say na Peter Obi na get the largest vote so far. So my people, no threat, we are obedient. In fact, whether articulate or consolite, jagabandit, all of them they will join obedient, whether they like him or not. All eyes on the judiciary. My country people, now yeah, this same news still there. Over 30 students where it dey Ambrosali University. They're not their school, they Obodo Ibo, but they can't talk say for 2 years they write exam and they graduate. How come? They check record. This student not their school. In fact, they're not in Nigeria, they abroad. They can't find out say lecturers some HOD now they conspire together. We be say that they give these people mark. They not write exam, they not do anything. A block now they block. My people, this country is corrupt. It don't finish. We need Obi make repair now. Make repair the education system. It is dead. In fact, this news don't see stuff for you. Now this man still dey what would they call a wiki. He don't declare say he want clear Abuja. Say he know they look face. Say this is glasses so important. Once he don't put am for high, he don't know whether able they come or be able they exist or able they. In fact, he don't carry hand knock his chest. Say for the fact say Tinubu give am Minister of Abuja, FCT. He say he go clear everywhere. He say because say he knows say he dey competent for the job. Now he take put am for there because as a area father matter, he know say if he talk, people go dey shake. My people, you see all these things we all they look so. In fact, overnight, then we'll take wipe all this Pokemon for government. We don't need them. We don't need all this kind of people. We need people like Peter Obi and people will be saying one bring come this government. Now we don't need this. My people, this one plenty in the thing. Sarah, wanna watch this video from the beginning to the end. So now Bod TV Bod area. Hello, Wadomo.
Over the weekend, the wedding of the son of the Deputy Senate President, Baru Jibrin Abdullahi in Kano State, attracted top members of the All Progressives Congress, including Nigeria's Vice President, Kashim Shettima. The couple, who met in secondary school, got married despite their parents' political divide. The Deputy Senate President is a member of the APC, representing Kano South District, while the bride's father, Aliyu Madaki, is a member of the New Nigeria People's Party, representing Dala Federal Constituency in Kano State, while other dignitaries at the event include Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, eliciting several reactions on social media.
This mixture is Nigeria. Nigeria is full of complexities, different tribes, different languages, but we all come together in love. And so what has happened today in Kano is that love is being bonded. and cemented together. That's why every human being is here today. You can see from the Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, and all other presidential candidates, they are all here in Kano. And even all distinguished senators of the Federal Republic are here to back up the Deputy Senate President and to back up the leader of the House of Representatives. I will expect the Labour Party and all other political parties to down tools and join the incumbent administration to move Nigeria forward.
All right. Well, you know that this wedding elicited a lot of reactions, especially the attendance of Peter Obi. Let me take Bayo Ononuga's tweet. Well, he wrote, "The obedience should note, Peter Obi is now playing politics of no bitterness in hobnobbing with APC leaders." Well, Spotlight Abbey, in response to Bayo Ononuga's tweet, wrote, "Bayo Ononuga and his likes keep trying to fabricate some kind of acceptance for Indioshi mandate." That means the people that still mandate. Man is now claiming that Peter Obi was hobnobbing with APC leaders at a recent wedding. Well, someone should tell Bayo that to hobnob means to drink sociably, mess around, pal around, or be chummy with someone. Peter Obi did none of these. Instead, he simply went there as an invited wedding guest, who everyone knows is the celebrity to other celebrities. Even from the pictures, it is unmistakable who the VIP is. All right, Ayo, over to you. I mean, earlier this morning, basically this day, carried that story, which I don't know if it is true or if it is a rumor that Peter Obi, Atiku, and Kwankwanso would merge. I mean, I think it's quite an absurd thing, but what do we not see in politics?
It does sound absurd, but in politics and football, anything can happen, especially in Nigerian politics. But let me not even make it a regional thing. Across the world, we've said it a number of times that when it comes to politics, it's interests as opposed to many times it's interests. When interests align, anything can be put on the table. So when people are saying, no, it's impossible, I find that don't be too quick to say it's impossible because it can happen. So just put that to rest. And again, this day, newspaper of record, will definitely find the facts out before they publish such a story. And as I'd said to someone earlier today, then it's left to the parties involved to issue a rebuttal to say that nothing like that is in the works. However, time will tell, especially if they
That's a good point you made, Ayo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But moving on to the wedding and saying that, again, another thing about interest alignment, I see that love is also a barrier. It's breaking barriers in politics.
I love it.
NNPP, APC wedding and all sorts, and all of them coming out to celebrate. I don't think it's a big problem, and I think it's quite a good sportsman for Mr. Peter Obi and members of other parties to come and rejoice with people who are rejoicing. But putting a political undertone to a celebration as a wedding, for me, it doesn't quite sit well. At the end of the day, they will eat and drink together. They will attend parties together. They will hug when they see at the airport. But when it comes to it is going to be a matter of politics, and everyone then goes back to, strategizing, protecting interests. And at the end of the day, Nigerians should learn a lesson from this. We often say this. Look at the men on your screens right now.
Yes.
From different political parties. On social media and in person, you are killing yourselves, slinging mud, just mud slinging and all that. And here they are smiling and laughing. When it's time, we have to be wise. Don't die in their war. That's a strong message out there.
Absolutely. Well, before I come to you, in the meantime, the hashtag, All Eyes on the Judiciary, took a dramatic turn over the weekend after young people trooped out in their numbers in Abuja to protest against any form of compromise of judges overseeing the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. The protest is coming as the Director General of the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, Olalekan Fadolapo, in an interview on Saturday, affirmed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not order the removal of the All Eyes on the Judiciary billboards in parts of the country last week, as being speculated in some quarters, but that the removal of the billboards was simply an administrative procedure.
We followed INEC back to back from the beginning of the election to the end. Back to back. We are going to follow them until this court case comes to a conclusion. Yes, we will do so peacefully. Yes. Anybody causing trouble in Nigeria is not part of this team. Yes. The Constitution of Nigeria, by the Electoral Act 2022 as amended, yes, sir, said You must be president of Nigeria with 24%, 25% of votes in 23 states and where? FCC. Did the APC make 25% in Abuja? No!
All right, all eyes on the judiciary. Over the weekend, Kayode Komolafe, the ombudsman of this day, said all eyes should be on the ministers. I guess that they're screening as well. But that word, all eyes on the judiciary, I mean, I think it is quite apt, but just so you know, they are going to begin a march nationwide to keep pressure on this all eyes on the judiciary. Let me take a tweet from Atedo Peter's side before I come to you, Rufai. He wrote, "For the record, me thinks the hashtag all eyes on the judiciary is a neutral slogan that should ordinarily not offend a right-thinking and sincere person in a civilized society. I can understand someone rejecting a negative slogan like, let us turn our noses up at the judiciary. Enough said." Rufai, over to you.
So, a couple of the two stories. Number one, I'm really shocked that Mr. Bayo Ononuga is the one tweeting now that Mr. Peter Obi is, not doing politics of bitterness. There was never a time Peter Obi was doing politics of bitterness. It was you, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, that was doing politics of bitterness by saying this should be the last time the Igbos should ever play a role in Lagos politics. The same Igbos that are stakeholders in Lagos.
I remember that tweet, Rufai.
And you have not come out, if my memory is ever, to apologize for that tweet. I think Mr. Bayo Ononuga should also note that there is nothing wrong with people talking to other people across the political divide. It's the kind of person Mr. Peter Obi is, pure and simple. All right? Are you using the word hobnobbing? No. These people have always been in a circle one way or the other. But in all protests for Mr. Bayo Ononuga, I want to now speak up for him this morning, but I say I don't know why the APC has not given him a position yet.
Rufai,
with all the work he did for them. Okay. I am speaking out because, you see, I'm a man of fairness and justice, come what may. And if he served them, just like a couple of other people too, like Mr. Fani Kayode, they should be able to spread it around too for him. Me just speaking out loud.
Rufai, don't forget, they're reassigning and assigning portfolios.
And maybe they will reassign to him.
Reshuffling.
Maybe they will reassign to him. But I don't like the way he's just been sidelined in all of this. Yeah, turn by turn Nigeria. I just had to put that in.
All right.
But secondly, love has never been stopped by politics. Love is a beautiful thing. Orgy is the best thing ever.
Love it.
This is even small. APC and NNPP, they are both the same one way or the other. Yeah. It was when fight started in Kano, they split because of politics. The major story you should know, Orji, is the story of when one of Ladoke Akitola's son got married to the daughter of Bola Ige's brother. That was the wedding of the town that time because Bola Ige and Ladoke Akitola had extreme political ideologies. But love brought them together. And I know that particular couple because the son in this question now is now Justice Akitola in Oyo State. And the marriage has done well. So love doesn't stop. And I'm happy when people come together. As regards this, Orji, I think we should investigate this pulling down the banner even more. You know why?
The all eyes on judiciary.
The all eyes on judiciary. Yeah. Because at first they claimed that the authentication process was not good. But pictures have now emerged of even the payment that was made to Akon. And the fact that it was given approval. And it's not today, if you know the advertising sector, you put things to Akon, they give approval. So why are they rescinding their own approval? Was it because of pressure? That's the question we should ask. Why are they rescinding their own approval? And are you saying the people that gave the approval before were not competent enough?
You know that he said that it's considered a blackmail.
So there's no how they want to say it. There is something political about this matter. Because Akon that I know, except there's a pressure and a push, hardly rescinds the approval it's given. And for the committee to have approved it, because when you put in approval, when you do express, they look at it over 8 hours or 16 hours and you pay for it. In that case, they paid over 170,000. They review it, they review the concept, and they give approval. So for the very first time, I'm seeing at a major case that Akon is reneging on its own approval. Is he saying its own internal people are not competent?
Yes,
all of this is also suspicious, and they must make better clarifications as regards this.
Well, I really appreciate Tadeo Peterside's tweet as well. I thought that he was quite apt with his statement. Well, in another development, while the masses continue to suffer economic hardship and insecurity in Adamawa State. The governor of the state, Bod posted a video of himself enjoying a luxury vacation abroad. The governor came under fire for posting the video on X, owing to the fact that Adamawa State is one of the poorest states in Nigeria. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, the state has also been ravaged by insecurity as a result of Boko Haram insurgency. The governor, in the post, which has now been deleted, said that vacation is the perfect time to rejuvenate the soul and body and a great opportunity to birth new ideas, gain experiences, acquire different perspectives, learn something new, and have fun. While some users on social media berated the governor over the post for being unperturbed by the state's poverty index and security challenge. You know that Fintiri also came under fire for appointing about 47 media aides. I believe, Ayo, you guys took that story. Over to you, Kayode.
The story of Fintiri beggars belief. In Nigeria today, people do things and there is no cause, nothing will happen. You steal 2 billion naira and you say that it was the cat or rat or crocodile that ate it, and the story goes on and nothing happens. You do any other thing, Fintiri should be questioned, because when you go on this, the number of people who are living below the poverty line in that state is unbelievable, unimaginable. And then you live in opulence and luxury and you show it off. If this was any other country in the world, people will be saying he has to be impeached, that there is no sign that he cares about the people. And that's what should be happening. But this is Nigeria, where a lot of things are allowed to happen and nothing will be done about it. So it's really sad that this is the way we are in Nigeria.
And this is
it
what
pains
we are
me.
seeing.
It really hurts me.
This is what we're seeing. Ayo, your take on that?
So, Governor, so on the fair side, if he worked for his money and he wants to live large, like Davido, up to him. He wants to be, live a jet-set life. However, despite the fact that it might be his money, we don't know the source of that income, maybe that should be investigated. Yeah. I mean, he might have private businesses. It's also the fact that he also demonstrates that he is a leader who is not in touch with the sufferings of his people. Absolutely. You cannot be a father and your child is suffering, you're out enjoying life, and even having the, audacity to post it up just to demonstrate just how lavish you're living. Why won't people be pressured into crime?
Absolutely.
If they see that their governor is out there living large and there they are trying to struggle to make ends meet or eat 1 meal in a day, you begin to question the kind of leaders that we have. And don't forget that, remember the controversial circumstance with him emerging, you would think that what shook him then would propel him to working hard for his people. During election season, they do everything to show and demonstrate that I'm for you, do anything, but then they get in there and then they begin to live larger and their people are suffering. There's a disconnect, it doesn't make sense, and it's enough to aggravate the people when you watch a video like that.
Absolutely. Now, Ayo, to juxtapose that story, a picture of the acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Fola Sodun-Shonobi, flying on a commercial flight is making the rounds on social media. The acting CBN governor is leading by example, Ayo. He was captured over the weekend on a commercial flight from Abuja to Lagos instead of the usual practice of top government officials flying only on private jets at the expense of the national treasury. I mean, look at that. How commendable is that, Rufai? I mean, this is what we should see our government officials doing. It's so easy.
What does you expect from a man like this? He's a great man in his own right. I had known and had encounters. I met him personally even before he became CBN governor, when he was in NIPS back in the days. And we saw the transformation. Yes, we know there are 2 different jobs. It might not necessarily be the case with CBN and all of that, but we saw the transformation. But as at then, he has always been a man of himself. I remember then, there was a particular golf tournament. This was about 2016, 2017 that we had with Microsoft then. He drove himself to the golf tournament, played his golf, had interaction with people and went back. He didn't even come with a driver. I remember particularly that day, and he was at the Lockwell Golf Club. So
I think that was an airpiece flight, is it? Yeah.
So him just continuing in that regard, this is what average government functionaries should do. And when we see people that do like this, let's commend them.
Well said,
yeah,
Rufai.
Kudos to him. The last time I met him, he drove himself.
Well said, Rufai. That's what we need. That's what leadership is. Well, all right. We'll take another story. Former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, on Sunday took to social media to share a cryptic message just few weeks after the Senate refused to confirm him as a minister due to adverse security reports. El-Rufai reportedly withdrew his interest for the ministerial position after the country's national security advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, who is El-Rufai's close ally, allegedly withheld security clearance, leaving the senators no choice but to suspend the former governor. El-Rufai, however, has remained officially silent on the Senate's decision. Well, in a post on X, the former governor shared the lyrics of Bob Marley's Who the Cap Fit in an apparent jab at his political detractors. Well, let me read out some parts of the lyrics of that song. I don't know if you've heard this song, Kayode. I love it. I listened to it all weekend. Well, that's lyric goes, man to man is so unjust. Children, you don't know who to trust. Your worst enemy could be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. Some will eat and drink with you. Then behind them, susu on you. Am I right? Yeah. Only your friend knows your secrets. So only he could reveal it. And who the cap fit, let them wear it. Let them wear it. Well, you know what? In what appears to be a reference to El-Rufai's post, former Kaduna Senator Shehu Sani tweeted that he has turned El-Rufai into a Rastafarian and reggae artist. I mean, that's the tweet up there. I mean, there's a lot of stories coming out of Kaduna State. Kayode, I know El-Rufai is your good friend as well, but he's remained silent on this whole situation. Last week, we took that story where, you know, Premium Times had reported that he had rejected the ministerial position, but it appears that he's warning some people in Kaduna State.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line in this, I can't say much because of the person, but the truth of it is when you go through certain troubles, what they always say is you become philosophical. You have to get into that philosophical stage where you look at everything and you have to raise your head above the parapet and begin to think, okay, I can't take action on this, I can't do this or do that. There's nothing Malam Nasir, as I like to call him, there's nothing Malam Nasir can do about his situation today. There are people who seem to have ganged up against him to create the situation he has found himself in. And there is definitely no doubt that he has contributed to their action in one way or the other. But whether he's the one that created all the problems or not, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is he has to be philosophical about this and just let it go.
Yeah, Kaduna State was in the news for a lot of wrong reasons. We have a new governor now, Uba Sani, and I hope that, he'll do different than El-Rufai. Let's hope that we have him project the state in a good light. We're looking forward. You were going to say something?
Can I just say that? Just going from what Kay said, that he will let it go, I doubt it very much. If you look at antecedents with Malam Nasir El-Rufai, in fact, I do believe that in terms of sidelining him, as it seems, with regards to this particular government, there might be consequences. And I believe that he's just gone back to recoup, and very soon we'll understand the interpretation of that tweet.
Violent. Ayo, it's gone back to recoup. All right, then. Well, let's end what's trending. We'll take our final story. In the wake of the rising spate of drug abuse by young people in Nigeria, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency over the weekend collaborated with Afrobeats artist Afeez Fashola, popularly known as Naira Marley, as part of the War Against Drug Abuse advocacy campaign. Naira Marley, who has been known to promote smoking in his music videos, and was in the news in 2022 over the arrest of his music associates by the NDLEA after some quantities of cannabis and molly were recovered from their possession, was seen in a viral video over the weekend advising young Nigerians to shun drugs. The video attracted a wave of criticism on social media after reports began circulating that the NDLEA had enlisted the musician as its ambassador.
Yeah, well, my people, you know what it is. It's a boy Naira Marley. I would like to urge my fans, the Malians, and all the Nigerian youths to stop doing drugs because it's not good for your well-being. Let's all stop substance abuse in any form. I've keyed into this campaign to support NDLA to stop drugs on the street. Please join us. It's really not good. It makes you go back into crime. It does a lot of things to you. Thank you very much.
Malian. Who's a Malian here? Rufai? Well, not Rufai. Okay. Well, you know, reacting to the backlash, the spokesperson for the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, debunked reports that Naira Marley was their ambassador, stating that the agency only engaged the singer to encourage him to use his skills and platforms to put out content that will discourage millions of followers and Nigerian youth from substance abuse. I mean, there was a debate on social media, Rufai, whether or not he is a right fit to be an ambassador. It's good that, you know, the NDLEA has debunked and clarified that he's an ambassador. But what are your thoughts, really quickly, whether or not he passed on the message accurately?
So we're going to roll because there's no time, but
Yes.
I think who is the best person to pass on the message anti-drug? Rather than Naira Marley.
Okay.
I think it's done well, good one by the NDLEA as regards that.
Okay.
You don't need a saint to pass a message against drug abuse, but here we gotta go.
Well, all right, very well said, you all.
I don't care whom you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what it is. What we know, we must sanitize the place. I don't care. I don't look at people's eyes. I don't know how you feel. My happiness is that the people of Abuja are happy. That's all. So, my Minister of State and myself are going to work to make sure we achieve this, that will make people now say, yes, Abuja has returned to what it's supposed to be. So if you have a sister, if you have a brother, if you have an in-law or your uncle who is involved in these areas, please tell the person the time is up. The time is up. If they've done it for the previous years, good luck. But not under this our own period. Abuja is turning to be like a slum city. Sanitation is bad. So we cannot allow it. We cannot allow it. Sanitation, look at refuse everywhere. Those who are paying for refuse collection, what are they doing? So we must also sit down to look at differently ways of waste management or waste disposal. It is very, 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 very key. All those people who are distorting the master plan of Abuja, too bad, too bad. If you know you have built where you're not supposed to build, it will go down. It will go down. Be a minister of anywhere, be an ambassador. If you know you have developed where you're not supposed to develop, your house must go what? Down. Those who have taken over the green areas to build, sorry, our parks must come back. The green areas must come back. If you hate green, you must hate yourself. So if you know you have anybody who is involved that have taken over the green areas, have taken over the parks, to where you now do restaurants, no, we will not accept that. Sorry. If your father has done that, sorry. If your mother has done that, sorry. There's nothing I can do. It will go down. And all these people who are doing land racketing, I'll talk to the staff tomorrow. There are lots of people are involved. And let me tell you, that period of land racketing is what? Over. And those that government are giving CFO land, allocated land to them, they refuse to develop. And they are becoming land speculators. The land is gone. I'm going to revoke them.
This is Bod TV Bod. In case the first time you come here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more uploads.